All right, welcome. I'm Colin Daniel from riffninja.com, and this is lesson number 3 on a series of 3 lessons discovering Voodoo Child. A great chord progression and a great song. Goes back far beyond the written version of Voodoo Child to the field holler, back to the cotton pickers. That's where that riff came from. And I'm just going to add one more thing in this lesson. I'm going to add one cool riff to get your creative juices flowing. And as I mentioned before, all the great riffs come out of a scale. Now, I told you that it comes out of E pentatonic minor. Pentatonic means a 5-note scale, right? And you can play the same scale here at the 12th fret. They're exactly the same scales, the same notes, just 1 octave apart. As a matter of fact, anywhere that you can find the notes in E pentatonic minor is a given. So anywhere on the fretboard where you can find those notes is going to be E pentatonic minor. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one string, the 3rd string, and take the notes out of E pentatonic minor, and I'm going to go a little further. I'm going to add some diatonic notes too. Diatonic is the 7-note scale, which would be E diatonic minor. In E diatonic minor, we have E, F sharp, G, A, B, C, and D. Start again on E. Those are the notes we have. E, F sharp, G, A, B, C, D, E. Start again. This is E, F sharp, G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, and G. That's E diatonic minor. Now I'm going to take that 3rd string, combine it with a hammer-on and a pull-off, and go down the 3rd string with a pick, hammer, pull-off sequence every time. I'm going to start on the G, 12th fret, and I'm going to hammer and pull off. So I'm going from G to A, a tone higher, 14th fret. When you hammer, you're going to use the tip of your finger, and you're literally going to come down on the string hard enough to ring out without picking it. I'm only picking it once in 3 notes. There's 3 notes, but I'm only picking it once. So we start on the G with a hammer on off the A, and then a pull off back to the G, right? It's a down pick. So it's down, hammer, pull off, down, hammer, pull off, down pick, hammer, pull off, down. That's the sequence we're going to be using, right? Okay, so it starts on the G, 12th fret, using an A for the hammer on. Now it goes down 1 fret to the F sharp, hits the F sharp, hammers the G and pulls off to the F sharp. So now the next note is an E, and we're going to hammer from the E to the F sharp and pull off back down to the E. So next is going to be a D, and that'll be on the 7th fret, 3rd string. And the E we hammer on the 9th fret, 3rd string. So you'll notice when I'm hammering the notes that are a tone apart, 2 frets apart, I'm using my 3rd finger. When I'm hammering any of the notes that are a semitone apart, I'm using the 1st and the 2nd finger to hammer, right? So rather than having to figure out every note I'm hammering to and having to explain that to you every time, the way I view it is the note I pick is the root note, the reference note. So I start with the G, I hammer, then go down to the F sharp, hammer again, go down to the E, go down to the D, I'm going to go down again to the C, now to a B, to an A, this is what brings us right down into our open position. There's a lot of different timings to it. I've got more like a grace note thing going on here, where the hammer on and pull off is very quick. So again, I'm going to go over this really slowly. Starting from the 12th fret, I'm going to hammer a tone above. That's from the G to the A. Pull off back to the G. Now go down the F sharp and hammer off the G to the F sharp. Now down to the E, which is the 9th fret. Going to hammer off the F sharp, back to the E. Then down to the D, hammer off the E, back to the D. Then to the C, and hammer off the D. Now to the B. That's a semitone hammer on, not a tone. If you do this, you're in the wrong key immediately. So if you know when you get to the B, it's a semitone to the C. Those are the notes that are in E minor, so we need to keep with those, right? So it's G, F sharp, E, D, C. Now the semitone again, B to C, and then A to B, and then open G, full octave. It sounds very cool. And I usually have some slurs involved there. And how I do that is I just strike the note one extra time. So I'll go and slur it. That last move is actually 2 pull-offs in sequence. I pick the note once. I pick the open G first, then I pick the A. Hammer the B, pull off to the A, pull off to the G. And that's my final little addition to that riff. Really great riff. Jimmy used a wah-wah pedal with the Voodoo Child, and that can change your whole view to the way the song sounds, which is why I haven't been using it a lot in the actual lesson. But at the end here, I'll give you a little bit of taste of it. So, you know, so now we have a whole lot that we can do in here. We can add that riff and we can jam till there's no end. It's a great start, and there's lots of different feels. Sometimes I'll use the open G too. And I'll just go through the notes like this. So I'll go open G and then G at the 12th fret, then to the F sharp, then to the E, just through the scale again, right? But using the G as a drone. And you can find all kinds of different combinations of that too, which you add to your riffs and your chords that you already know. never-ending fun with that riff. I tell you, it's very cool. Well, you know what? If you want to learn some more like this, maybe you should check out my site, riffninja.com, and the Riff Ninja School, and we can help you out to play even better. I hope you found this lesson informative and it's helped you. And thank you for your time, and we'll see you soon again.